Okay, let's try this out. Hello, hello, hello. It's probably going to be like a minute delay since it's YouTube. But it's a start. All right. So there's a couple of business things that we need to take care of. And then I'm actually going to do something here for a bit that I usually do when I'm preparing to talk about Season 9 maps. Okay, let me see here. All right, so what's new? What's going on? Everybody getting caught up, beating everything? I'm here in the Forerunner account, the neglected Forerunner account, but this time we're gonna start preparing for Season 9. I think I have 5 days to prepare for this. So we're gonna be talking about team building just a little bit, looking at the map. And then we'll go from there. All right, let me turn on. Let's see if this works. Should we do that? Let's do that. All right, here we go. Hello, hello. Wow, that's bright. Let me see here. No, the other way. There. That should be plenty. Hope you all can see me. Hello, everybody. Okay. So, first thing is first, I have to test my streaming quality and all this other stuff. Big announcement coming. I'll let you all in the secret later, but I have to make sure that the streaming stuff is set to go. So that works. So I'll look at it later, see what I need to fix. All right. So here we go. We're going to be talking about some GvG stuff, which is fine. We'll try to do this interactive depending on how many people are in here. And just to let's take care of some stuff here because I'm going to be testing this stuff out later too, since I'm going to hold the drawing. So let me all right, so this is just to indulge me and fulfill some business stuff, and then for anybody that views it later, but at least we'll have something on record. All right, let me see if I can. All right, let me see if this works. There we go. All right, quick business here. All right, so as you all know, I'm a partner when it comes to SmileOne, one of the third-party payment platforms for Watcher Realms. You can always get a 10% discount here on WGO purchases. And as for this week's events with the Suwon Kong, there is a top-up event that is going on. This is not a cumulative one. This is actually the tier-based one. So you, with your purchases, you have to meet each one of the tiers in order for you to collect the rewards that are listed in each one of these tiers. For example, if you just reach 20 bucks, and you'll get these rewards that are highlighted here, and that in that row. So you get the diamonds and the pot and the huge stamina pot, and you can collect that up to 3 times. The one for $5 you can only collect once. The one that is 59,999 you can collect that 4 times. So if you want to support the channel, please use the link that in this description section of this video or stream, and then it'll take you over to that site that I just flashed there really quick, and you can make whatever purchases you require. And if you're going for Suwon Khan, I wish you the best of luck. So region-wise, it's supposed to be the United States, the European Union, the Hong Kong, Taiwan, Philippines, Indonesia, and Russia. And if it is not working for you in the United States, please let me know so we can try to fix this, because there is an issue going on with SmileOne. Some people could not get those special packs last time because they were being declined. And I'm trying to get them to work on this, because if they want me to sponsor a product, it better work like it's supposed to do. So that's the other caveat that we're going to. All right, business out of the way. We're going to be holding the drawing. So for those of you that came in early, and I'll probably reemphasize this a little bit, so what I did, and I sneakily did this here. Let me see if I can pull up that. So here, give me a bet. I'm going to explain what I did, because some of you may not have good. Oh, there we go. I hope you guys did not hear that. Wow, that was loud. All right. And why am I hearing game music? Stop it. All right, there we go. Hopefully, yeah, I don't think you guys heard that, but I am. All right. So let me go here and tell you exactly what I did, because I wanted to test something out. Let me see if I can pull it back up again. There it is. All right, hold on. Let me clean this up a little bit. Oh, no. Stop it. Stop it. All right, there we go. Let's clean that up a little bit. Now let's try this again. There we go. All right. So there in the back there, I just did a video on some season 8 attacks that I recently had, just to kind of give you an idea of things that we're seeing here as we're wrapping up the season. And since I was also finishing season 8 in Forerunners, I said I might as well just put some of the clips together that I picked out and just publish it. And you guys definitely were perceptive to it, because I'm seeing that the view count is around 1.1K, which is pretty, for me, that's pretty impressive, especially when it comes to this GvG stuff. But here's the thing: if you stuck along long enough through the video, you saw that there was a giveaway attached to with this video. So we're going to be doing the drawing for that, and somebody's going to get a lucky 999 double gold, because I just was doing this as a test, just to see if people would catch on. So based on the number of comments that I'm seeing, only 40 comments made it in. So not many made it to the end of the video. So your chances increase. So especially if you are here and you're listening right now, if you want to enter the giveaway before we do the drawing, just go look at the video, do what it tells you to do. Should be simple. All right, so that was the other thing. That's the other reason that I wanted to do this, because I wanted to do this live. We're going to do this live. We're doing it live. Okay, let's work on theory crafting for a little bit. We'll do the tower. That's going to be my goal here for the tower, and then try to do the central keep some other time. So let us focus on, so as everybody knows here, some of the best factions when it comes to GvG right now are Arbiter, mixed in with the Nightmare. Sometimes the Cultists are making an appearance. And of course, Emret is the MVP right now for a lot of this stuff. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to kind of focus on Nightmare compositions right now, so I can take some screenshots and notes just to get an idea of how we can lay around with Nightmare compositions in this map. All right. So, and did I pick the tower? All right. Let me make sure here that I picked the tower, because that's where I want to start. This thing will flip back and forth. To the defense tower. Yep, that's the tower. All right. So let me go back. I want Nightmare stuff just to get an idea. All right, let's start here. And then I can try to take screenshots as we go here. So there are going to be 2 points of defense, I think, pretty much, which is going to be the back line or the front. Okay. So usually what I do is I try to build little diagrams, but I can kind of tell you, I'm going to tell you exactly what I see right away, especially when I put the tank here. So let's try to put a Nightmare formation, see how this goes. So I would do something like this, just to make sure everything is safe. So First thing is first. So if we're putting the defender here, this platform becomes a dead tile, so don't use it. So it's easy. It's going to be easy to snipe off. So bookkeepers, they do that T formation, Garnet Guards, all the good stuff. And then of course, this platform can be susceptible to Garnet Guards, but you should be doing enough damage to them before they throw anything at you. But just to be safe, I'm going to put Hatsu back here because that would be the classic example of a nightmare composition here. So this would possibly be one setup. So that's what I'm gonna screenshot that because that's definitely gonna be one of the powerful ones. Now, for those of you that are not like in top overlord, if you can build this type of defense with fast Kigiri, high HP Kigiri, and DPS Hatsu to try to make sure, to slow down, to prevent anything from flying. You build your arrogance really, really fast. They're not going to be able to fly to you, but the goal here is to try to sustain the swarm. The only way that you're going to win the swarm is if you can take out whatever Templar or maybe even Pharaoh that they send out. You want to bring those down quickly. Get through the shield if they're sending a fool with it. That's the key to prevent the swarm. And so that's a lot of what we're seeing in Top Overlord is trying to sustain that. And the Sun Wukong Kong has to be fast and a lot of HP. The other thing too, when you're looking at this, is going to be your arrogance. You want to build them with damage. Now, I'm going to share a little secret with you because a lot of people are trying this. Is if you have a phenomenal, I'm talking about top tier Hell Element set, okay, where you're going to get boost in the critical damage and you're going to get the burst in damage for 12 seconds of the period that in his ultimate, you will melt Templars. But it has to have all the substats: attack percentage main, attack speed, critical rate, critical damage, because you want to make sure that you melt those units. So that's one of the ways that arrogance is being built for this. So the other thing too is that A5 Toreador is also bringing a different spin to this stuff, especially when it comes to the support unit, the back. So typically we use Cornelian for the orb, or we like Lily because she gives the revive, right? The way that A5 Toreador is changing things, and you can possibly try this in the lower tiers with your A2, A1, A2 Toreador, is Furcy. Furcy and Dasomi. Why? Because they give inspiration. So you're powering everybody else around it. A5 Toreador is perfect for that strategy because he has the double revive. So that's another thing that is coming into play in high overload. So you're probably going to see those formations. And if you do see them, it is because of that reason. It's most likely an A5 Toreador, right? So that's a little bit of kind of spilling the secrets here when it comes to this. So this is at least for the nightmare. This is what I see. If you want to bring an Ajax, if you don't have somebody like Arrogance for saying you want to bring an Ajax, I probably would bring Ajax back here. So it'd be 1, 2. No, it probably, yeah, it should extend out. Or you can put him here. I think Hatsuit could be safe here. But I like her the fact that she has the extra range here. You could try Hatsuit here. The Garnet Guards have to come here, so you better start doing some damage. Then Sumonkan should be able to take him out. And if you're lucky, you get the stuns from Toreador. You disrupt their targeting too. So, but Ajax is slowly falling, especially with level 7 Demon Soldiers. He has falling out of the meta a lot recently. So just got to be careful with this platform. We got to protect him from GGs. Don't go up here because that should change the targeting a little bit, I think. In fact, let's try that. Let's figure out how the interaction, if we place somebody back there. So we're going to do this. So this is the sandbox feature that is coming in June to the global server. So everybody's going to get to try their own defenses. Now, I do not have my affiliations top up, but we're just looking for interactions right now. So let me I'm going to do that one. And I want to do, where are the Garnet Guards? Where are the Garnet Guards? There we go. All right. Sure. Let's take whatever affiliations we have. All right. So first thing is first. And this is the nice thing that you'll be able to test. You get ahead of it. You're gonna get to see the interactions. All right. So let us see how this guys behave. Oh, the way for the okay. So let's be careful here. All right. Torador is stunning them. All right, let's go back. Let's try this again. Try this again. Here, hold on a minute. Do I go here? Let me all right, I'm gonna put him here. All right. I don't want any damage coming, so we'll put him up here. She's not doing anything there. Perfect. All right, let's try it against this. Because then we can avoid the Torador stuns. We can actually get a test. All right, here we go. Let's go back here. All right, let's test that. Okay, so they go for the tank. That's okay. All right, let's okay, that's surprising they're not targeting this way. Okay. Now let's do the archers. They go for the tank. All right. All right, let's try this minions here. Hmm. Is that really going to be a safe platform? It may actually look like a safe platform. I don't know if I'm convinced though. Let me one more thing. I just got to make sure. Who does not have you don't have CC. Yeah, but sometimes they have that. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, here we go. I just want to make sure because in the other maps we've had similar um kind of positionings where they will, but I think that the tank gets in the way. Now I just want to make sure that the CC is not affecting this. 1, 2, 3. Oh, they're just not. They're not even. They don't care. Yeah, the tank just gets on their field too quickly. All right, and then this guy's here though. They have that weird targeting. They go for the tank. All right. I mean, it could be that the developers are playing around with their targeting. Okay. Hmm. That might actually be a healer platform then. It actually opens up a lot of options here. All right. What if now if I'm thinking about this correctly, as I imagine that some people are going to want. So if they have a mage, something like that. Okay, let's try that. Rare art, there's rare archers. We have like the epic ones sometimes. So here, let me. Okay, let's see how these guys act. Yeah. So now that the tank is not in their view, okay. So not them, and these guys may actually be out of view, out of range. Okay, so yeah, so it's archers if the tank is here, and it is okay so far. At least I haven't seen anything quirky. If we put the tank here, so we will be protected. Okay, so now we're learning a little bit about those. Okay, so let me go back here. Let's go back to this one. Okay, so when it comes to nightmare compositions, I think it'll be down here. I'm not too sold about the top here. So if we put the tank here, we pretty much can kiss this spot goodbye. They're just going to be able to send bookkeepers out. You pretty much get that out of the way. I mean, if you wanted to, you could get Carnelian to help you, but you get that orb out of the way, you're still going to be able to manage to kill him somehow. The other thing also is that in a positioning like this, I would send out, I would set up the beholders with the bombs and then speed them up, go right through. If you want to, you can try to trigger whatever ultimate it might be here. So if you want to send, send like dogs out or send one of the speedsters to begin with, just to proc all the ults and then you bomb them. But Carnelian is probably going to be the safeguard against bombs. My only concern is when you group something like this, you're just inviting getting sniped by bombs or beekeepers. I mean, you could possibly do something like this, but he's not going to be doing much. And arrogance, as soon as his ultimate's out of the way, it'll be risky. You can try it, but this is swarmable. I can already tell. There is no, you pretty much are taking the advantage out of the way that you get here with the sustained damage. So I would not recommend anything there. And you definitely do not want to back all the way up here. So I'm going to say 3 tile units back here probably will work. So this won't work right here. Because you pretty much give up this spot here. You give up this spot here. What exactly is going to happen back here? I wouldn't, that would be too risky. Could you, let's see, could we do, Emirate wouldn't, you could possibly, if you have Emirate, put him behind here. Maybe that's one way you can protect yourself, but it will be kind of temporary. Think something with Emirate you could possibly manage it. We can definitely. I don't have Emirate, unfortunately, so that's not gonna. You're not gonna be able to test that until I get him to the global server. So that's gonna be a problem. Here, hold on, guys. I'm trying to catch up with the chat here. No. Hold on. Wait, time out. Wait. Okay. So did so I just saw the comment regarding Ajax. Sorry guys, I'm still what was it? So the thing with Ajax. So Ajax, in terms of keeping up with level 7 demon sorters, he is struggling. Right now, everybody's just Emirate seems to be the preferred choice right now. Okay. If you are, plat 3, you're only dealing with level 5s, maybe level 6s. Ajax is still a very good unit. The thing is that you have to make sure that you're protecting yourself very, very well against the lightning guard and the swarm. Okay. Ajax usually invites the swarm unless you have something in the back that can complement him well. So in this map here, if you wanted to bring somebody like Ajax, you would then have to make sure that you have something that is going to be potent in melting anything that might be coming in the ground. So for example, let me go back here. So right here, you're kind of limiting yourself how many tiles he's covering, but you can try that. If you put him all the way back here, he's not going to be He's not going to help you with the wall here. So it'd be something like that if you wanted to do this, kind of covering him like this. So in this type, so if you have a strong idea that can melt things down here, you could possibly use your Ajax at the lower tier. Is in Overlord, we wouldn't welcome this because level 7 Necros, they just have so much resistance already. They have so much damage reduction that it's really hard to keep them away. And Ajax doesn't melt them as well, right? So this is why we're trying to strengthen up the Suwon Khans and the Arrogances to make sure that we don't get swarmed as easily. And that's where the whole Fursi Dasomi thing came in, especially with the A5 Torlor. So Ajax still has his epic abilities on the lower tiers. So he still has some viability in GvG. Let's see here. Fear said that one of the Garnets hit Ingrid. When was this? Here, hold on, guys. Let me catch up here. Let me see if I can put the chat in a place where I can see it a lot better. Okay. All right. I figure something funky like that would happen. Okay, so I must have missed it. All right. Let me go back. Let's go back. I figured that they would turn. So where did I leave Regulus? Yeah, I left him there. Okay. So let's see. Did I have a healer nearby? Or did we lose health? Let's see here. Solo practice. Okay. Okay, let's speed this up a little bit. Here we go. 1, 2. All right, let's go. Oh, there you go. One of them did hit her. Okay. But why didn't the other one? And after that, they just like, okay, we'll focus on the tank. That's weird. Okay, so let's do here. Let's try this. And then this. Okay. Selective targeting. All right, let's try let's try spacing this out a little bit. Okay, like that. Okay, so it does it sometimes, it doesn't do it others. I mean, you guys are seeing it, right? Oh, so that's what you guys. Okay, hold on. Let's do this again. So if we release front, back, is it because wait. What kind of spaghetti coating is this? What? F out of here. Come on, man. No, come on. Man. No, come on. Are you serious? That's stupid. Oh my god. What is that, man? All right, hold on. I gotta go back. We gotta go back. Gotta go back. No, man. Oh, this is unreal. For the keep, defense is based around bottom left. Yeah, well, that's more obvious to me. It's just okay. All right. All right. We gotta go back and test the first tile now. I'm where am I at? No, I don't want to attack. I want to change. Now we're Garnet Guard testing. I'm not laying out defenses anymore. Okay, let's try this. What is this? All right. Well, hey, at least we learned something today. If there's anything to be learned by this, spaghetti coating. All right, let's try this again. Okay, first test first. Let's do back. All right, that's all tank. And does he ever turn? No, he's not supposed to turn. Perfect. All right. And they're probably out of range. Oh, she never gets targeted. All right. And the last one. Here we go. Now, technically, they should be melted by now, but they're not in her view. So I think we're still okay if we put the defender here, in this style here. I don't see them turning. But if we place it back, this platform is dead, at least from what we've seen previously. Agreed? Okay, so now that we know that, in the back one, yeah, I would never put him on the back. So let's go back here. So I think with the nightmare, I think we're pretty much done with that one, right? Now, the other one, let's try this. See how many esotericists I have here that we can play around with. And let's call talent is going to be Emirate. Where's my healer? Oh, she must be in the other one. All right. Well, I guess we'll bring back. Let's bring you in. Okay, so we have Emirate. We'll put him here. We got Cyrus. Now we could do somebody like Boreas here or Honora. That'd be too far back. Now, my only concern with this would be Garnet Guard targeting. So I'm not sure that they're geared, but we can try it. Ah, crap. That's not safe. Here. You guys saw that, right? Let me take it out so we can make it more obvious. Just so people see it more obvious. So let me take him out. No, not out. Let's just reposition them. I'll put you back here for now. Yeah, yep. But just knowing how the targeting works at least allows us to prepare for it, right? So we know how to build them. All right, so I'm gonna try, just for simplicity, I'm gonna try front. Damn, look at that. Straight through. So it doesn't target this platform, but it'll target this one. And there goes the second one. Okay. All right, so we need a tanky platform. So it is a GG platform. Okay. So yeah, so your tanky pulp, tanky unit, or it has to be. Not sure that Carnelian can put the ore. Maybe she can put the ore fast enough. Let's see here. Oh, it's targeting this unit first. Go, 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 go. No, 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 no. And oh, close, close. I think a much sturdier Garnet Guards. If those would be highly affiliated, would have taken her out. Yeah, we're gonna need a very tanky unit there. No question. All right, so it is a Garnet Guard spot. All right, so what if people know that? Then we go. Where's my chat? Okay, the thing that I kind of find kind of funny about is that they can't target is the 3 tile distance, which should, yeah, but they will hit the 3. Yep. If it was Emirate, yes. Emirate could provide some protection. It's just you don't want to take that chance, right? Because you never know what kind of affiliations you're coming up against. So in our situation, we could probably test it out with Emirate to make sure they don't get a shot off. But all they need is to get a shot off, right? So you just want to protect yourself against that if at all possible. You don't want to leave anything to RNG sometimes if you can help it. But yes, if you have Emirate, there's so much stuff that you can cover with Emirate. No question. Now, theoretically, if you build a good defense, you should not let the Garnet Guards get it even sniff close. If you play somebody in that platform. So here, depending on where you put Emirate, right? If you put him here, they should start attacking right away. Yeah, see? So if you have somebody here protect, they shouldn't. Yeah. So Anora melted them. Perfect. So it was something like this. And then if you want to double with the esotericists though, that'd be you want something a little bit more reliable back here. So yeah, so I guess the way that to build the esotericists would be Emirate here, if this was like Emirate, and Anora here, you pretty much covering yourself. And then you just bring somebody else to protect against. If we put no, if Warriors here, he will only have the 1 tile, so he wouldn't be a big help back there. Baba, you can get some tricky stuff with Baba up here. If I had him in this account, we could try some stuff out. But Baba, the shamans, we can try it. Hold on. Let's try that guy, and let's try in the back first, just in case there's some spaghetti coating here that don't know about. The skeletons are keeping them busy. Did she get? Hold on. No, that's the animation from that thing, right? I don't think she got hit. They were distracted by the skeleton. So hold on. Let's do this. Not seeing it. No. Okay, so I did that in the back, right? Let's just make sure. No, not seeing it. Did the shaman's attack there when she was up above Cyrus? Are we talking about no, I only tested the Garnet Guards, but I can test that as well. Here, hold on. Let's go back. Let's go back. I think I know what you mean now. Okay. Because we just focus on the Garnet Guards. Based on that behavior, doing how they fix their targeting, I don't expect them to, but we can definitely try. Here, let's go back. So you want me to... we put them back here. If I'm doing anything wrong, let me know. Okay, and now we're gonna go here. Tank first. Tank again. Nope. They're definitely not paying attention to the platform. Yeah, everything's about the tank, it seems like on this one. So it looks like it's Garnet Guards that we're worried about up here. But when it comes to an esotericist type composition, there are definitely ways to get around this, right? So we can try to protect with, even though I don't like using her in esotericist camp, is Carnelian. But as you guys said, you could always try to disrupt them if at all possible. So that's where I was saying Baba could possibly have some type of play if you wanted to. So if we put her down here, we could do like a very tanky with like a Lily maybe, but then we waste to revive. But if you have Cyrus, you can always rely on the RNG and the damage reduction there. So I think that there could be some play here that we could try. And if we can slow them down, CC them, that's what I was saying. Somebody like Bubba, you put them in there with his long range, you disrupt the whole targeting thing. Now they're just, they're not, you get them all out of whack. They don't do what they're supposed to do. But somebody like Emirate, so I wouldn't put Emirate too far up though. But I do like this formation here for an esotericist composition. Now in the back here, though, that's another story. It's manageable, especially if you got Emirate. So it would have to go, Cyrus would have to go like this. No other choice. I would probably put somebody like Honora here. Healer would have to go here. So Emirate, yeah, you could do like your Emirate here or there, but that pretty much leaves this guy in precarious situation. It'd be hard to, it would be hard to build a good one up here. Guess you could do double tank Emirate if you wanted to try that. We can use Mary because of how everything is laid out. We need the healer to protect the tank. Yeah, I would probably do something with Emirate, maybe another ground tile, but that'd be about it. So I'm not seeing anything else for the Esotericists up here. All right, so let me go back. Let's play around with the Arbiters, but let's all right, so before it gets too late, let's go ahead and okay, so you're doing that. All right, folks, hold on. Let me set things up. Yeah, top TV. It's going to have to be Emirate or some type of fighter that has that range, but I think it's mostly going to be Emirate. Something with Emirate, possibly Suwon Kong, and then trying to make sure that that platform unit to the left of the defender spot does not get sniped off. That's essentially what's going to take off. All right, so piercers. I don't know how long you guys have been following me for GvG, but I don't like piercers. And they after the demon sword is starting to get to level 5, it was easy to swarm. Racha started losing some of her steam, and Silas, his ultimate is just too much of a cooldown. Once you get around that, you can easily get around it. Or once you get the ultimate activated, you can get around that. Who else are you guys think? The only way, I'm gonna be honest right now, the piercer comps are working effectively right now is if you have Lady Alexandra. That's essential. And Iobar. It has to be some type of Iobar, Lady Alexandra type thing. I know that some people have been trying stuff, especially on the keep, with a non-healer strategy with Iobar and I to try to slow things down. You put in a tank, especially like an A5 Torador. You try to rely on Broker because he has his frozen mechanic, and then you try to sustain that. But then after that, it just falls apart. See, okay, so for you, that type of formation, Iobar, Silas, Emirate, could possibly work for you, depending on where you are. Plat 3 maybe works for you, but in Overlord, I'm telling you, with the level of demon soldiers that we have, we just get around that too easily. So okay, so if you have all right, so if you have the Talon, right? Who's your main tank? Are you using Talon as your main tank? because she'll get trucked over. Yes, she does have a knockback, but eventually you get around that because she'll use it on the skeletons of the necro, on the little warriors. So I need 85,000. No, no. What kind of whale thing you think we're doing here? Oh my god. All right. Let me set this up really quick before it gets too late. All right, hold on, people. Hold on. I need the link to the video. This is for me. I'm talking to myself right now. Hold on. Guess I did promise I was going to do it tonight. I got to announce it. I got to announce the winner, people. All right. There we go. And now, so again, I'm going to share this. Hopefully I don't break it. Here we go. All right, there it is. There it is. Okay, let me go up here. And I'm going to do, hold on, people. Which one is the, there we go. There she is. Okay, here we go. Let's put in that there. Fetch. Keyword. We're not going to include dual posts. Sure, we'll do replies just in case somebody had to correct their post. Continue. All right. 34 comments, it looks like. So if there's anything that you learn from this is sometimes you have to watch to the end of the video. Okay. Okay. So who's going to get 10 W gold for me? Possibly use it for a rainy day. And let's pick them out. MSH, what's it? MSH Music 6239, it looks like. Okay. Really interesting attack. Well, you made it to the end of the video. Good for you. Good for you. Okay, I'm going to screenshot this. And after I'm done with the stream, we'll go to SmileOne and send him his W gold. So congratulations to you, MSH Music. All right, there we go. We got that out of the way, people. And I'll make sure to bookmark that so people can come and see it if they're curious about it. So we'll turn this off, and there we go. At least we got the winner out of the way. All right. And I will do periodically. I'll throw one in. So make sure you keep an eye on it. All right. That was just a test. That was a test. I'm sure there'll be other giveaways that come along the way. All right. Let's try to finish the tower if at all possible. Let's finish with the arbiters, and then I might come back tomorrow or maybe the weekend. No, Arturos is gonna kidnap me for Wars Going On. We already have that set up, so we'll talk about season 9 and Wars Going On a little bit more extensively. But at least here we were able to get this whole Garnet Guard and Shaman targeting out of the way. So at least we'll know that a little bit more exclusively when we tape WGO. So I'm going to finish with Arbor, and then let's see what kind of tricky things we can do with Ardea. I'm already thinking of some stuff with Baba, if for those of you that might have them. So let's go. Let me go back to the emulator. All right, there we go. All right, here we go. I'm going to close that down because I need my chat. Where is my chat? All right, there's my chat. Okay. Spaghetti coating. Yes. That's how I refer to Muntan stuff. All right, so let me, instead of this, let me go grab somebody like Valkyra. Ardea has one more extension, right? Well, if we wanted to do, let's see here. Let me let me grab There we go. Let's grab her just to play around. See what we can toy around with. All right. So Arbiter comes. Where are we gonna put? If we want to use Ingrid, we put her here, but we got to remember about the targeting, right? So we got to disrupt that as much as possible. So if we want to protect her there, yeah, we have somebody like Lily or maybe Carnelian. Carnelian would be the favorite one to try to get her out of the way there. If we have somebody long range, we can do this. And we know the targeting that comes about, right? So Pradius would probably strengthen up things here. So that would be one idea. Now, these should start melting Garnet Guards as soon as they come out, right? Especially if you have builder like she's supposed to be built. So you start doing some damage to them. Maybe you can sustain that. You protect her very well back here. Worry about the pharaohs, so you're gonna have to protect yourself against the pharaohs. So maybe some type of CC along the way too. That's why I'm liking this style here for Bubba. I keep coming back to Bubba. That might be something I'd play around with. You could do I. Could do I up here. She has a large cover area. We take out our Dia, put in I. That would be another one. Just from all the popular stuff that we've seen, right? They did what? Yeah, you could do that. You could definitely, but as soon as the Garnet Guard's getting her range, if you send them both out at the same time, she'll switch over. Now, yeah, she won't have the stacks build, but as soon as she sees them both, she'll start going into solar. Okay, Sakaras. Are you in Shire, Sakaras? I gotta go bother people right now. Hold on. Let me go see. Hold on. Okay, let me see here. Ooh, can I announce this? It looks like I can. All right, folks. Dig retires and all of Matt goes to hell. This is what I was saying. You cannot be the one to do it. Okay, hold on, but I'm gonna put my dogs out here. Hold on, I'm coming. Hold on, people. I just gotta go see. I got. Smat's Discord burning. Nothing on Matt's Discord. They're too quiet. They're too quiet. I don't see all the where are all the gifts. They're all too quiet. Where is that son of a bitch? Hold on. I gotta look at my. I gotta look at where in the hell. Where in the hell? Yep. Yep. It's confirmed. It's confirmed. I got it. I got them. I got it all. Yep. They're talking about it. Mad took it lightly again. Yeah. Look at that. 2%, 2.4%. Oh, you. They had 30 attacks left. And Mad sent every dog. Okay, so who's getting kicked out of Mad this week? Who's getting kicked out of Mad this week? Oh, damn, dude. Oh, I know a guild that is kicking themselves because they wanted to be the first one. They just needed to be the first one and they couldn't do it. Oh, so disappointing. Okay, I'm gonna finish the Arbiter one here, and I'm gonna finish the Arbiter one here, and then we'll call it a. But here's the thing, and I'm also gonna let you in, is the reason that I was testing my stream stuff, and I'll go back later and check to make sure that things are working correctly. Like what you guys not telling me that the game was off. The the um yeah, based on the numbers, this was a big win. Yes, yes, I totally agree. Mad was not. They did not prepare for this. Oh, Shire's jumping up and down. I see it right now. I got distracted. See what happens when you guys telling me stuff. But all right. The other thing I can tell you, and while I was testing stream stuff, and I hope that everything works when I have to set this up, is I will be part of the Tyler Championship Volume 2. And so I'm giving all the details and what specifically I'm gonna have to concentrate on. So it's all good. And War Guys is hosting. All right. It's all good. All right. So I'll prepare for that. Now, date and time are still being worked upon because, of course, we got to get, it looks like 5 people in the same schedule, but we'll get it together. And if Arcturus is still listening, I should have practiced more United Front. I can tell you that right now. All right. Okay. So Slap was saying that we can change Ingress's mode. Yes, we can always do that. The thing is, if we send both Garnet out at the same time, as soon as they come into her range, she'll change over. But yes, she won't have her solar flares stacked, so you might have a chance. But there are ways to prevent. There are ways to prevent her death. So we can definitely toy around with that. Now, if we put, this is where it kind of falls apart for me because I'm not seeing too much Ingrid stuff here. Now, if we wanted to, no, I wouldn't do this. Never mind. There's no way the healer will stretch out that far. No, no, let's not do that. And if we learn anything from the keep this season, if you put her here, even if we place the tank here and we build around this, if we don't have enough protection here, you can still just, yeah, if you do platform trying to protect the tank, you're gonna get rushed. If you don't have a strong unit here to take care of lightning guards, they'll just go through it. So it's not worth it trying to put Ingrid up here. So I wouldn't do that. But Ingrid based Arbiter comes from up here. I'm not liking it. Unless you guys are seeing something else that I'm not seeing, anything up here is going to have to be 3 grounds, 2 platforms. There's just no other way to build a proper defense, because if we put the defender here, we kill this platform, we're pretty much restricted to this here. The one thing that I'm curious about, and I have to test this, is how good of a healer Ness, what's her name again? Nessara, the new healer that is coming in. How good of a healer that person is. Just so I can see what she can do. Because she has the range of Percy. She's doing stuff that Percy does, but how good can she heal? That's gonna be the test that I have to do. And unfortunately, I can't switch over to that test server because I can't show it during the live stream. So we'll test it out. But I don't see anything Ingrid up here. Now I see stuff that I can do with Pradius if we have 2 other ground units if we wanted to do that. But aside from that, it's going to be difficult. So if you wanted to do something with Emret Pradius, definitely can. We could do double tank with Emret. You just have to protect up against air very well. Could be some funky stuff that we could do with an Emret and Wukon. Just make sure that whatever ground tiles you put here, that you protect yourself against getting bombed. That's why Carnelian is going to be so integral back here. So that would be the other way to play around with that. And if I was able to set something here, and this is going to be just a quick rundown here. So for those of you that may, okay, so in season 8, there were some very good cultist teams that came out, and some of them needed to be BP checked, and if you wanted to, you could use Emirate as well. So, but it required heavy awakenings. We're talking about at least A3 Morrigan, A5 Kriya, A5 Honora, those type of compositions. And then if you're in lower gear in lower tiers of so let's pretend, where's a ground unit here? Do I have a ground unit that I can use? Where are the So ideally I would use Carnelian for this, and then we have the tank, but uh the team ups between Morrigan, because of the buff that she got with the Air 3, and if you have somebody like a Nora or a A5 Kriya, just as long as they can melt things, and in the back you're protecting yourself against the swarms, these guys are doing very well. It's just it's the awakenings that you need. Now, if you're in Plat 3, maybe you can get away with lower awakenings, but there the cultist team definitely came to play this season a little bit. So I got away with it for 2 weeks, but then it got figured out, and then I just completely trashed it. So I never went back to the cultists. Yeah, so Brian is running Morrigan, Emirate, Honora in Plat 3. Yep, you got it. Yep. So that would be kind of the strat. Now I got away with it with an A5 Korea, but eventually got figured out. And so once the word spreads out, you gotta go and switch it around. So, but that's pretty much where we are in terms of defending the tower. So if I were to generalize the tower, at least for this stream, is that we have some interaction with the Garnet Guards that we have to be aware of, especially if we're releasing between front and back tile, right? So this platform becomes a playable platform if the defender is here. But if he is back here, now we give the Garnet Guards at least an opportunity to snipe it, right? So we got to be careful with that. And then if we place anything like this, we're pretty much, these platforms are out of the way. We're not going to be able to use them. So it'll be something like back here. I would be careful. Because if you don't have CC up here, you're going to get bombed. So try to put the tank up here and then build around this. And of course, this platform tile is going to be strong. It's like the season, what was it? Season 6? Remember season 6, we had this kind of platform that was like with an Ingrid tile back here. So that becomes powerful. The Garnet Guards had a hard time getting to it if you melted them. So it would be something like this. And then some type of unit up here. Baba. I'm telling you, I'm going to come up with something with Baba up here. And if we're going to go back here, it has to be 3 ground tiles. I'm just not seeing a 3 platform defense right now. Unless one of the new heroes is just OP for this. But Emirate will have a play back here. That will be the guy to protect you. So that's where I'm going to leave the tower at. I'll try to see if I can come up with for something for the keep later on. All right. It's late for me, folks. So for those of you that were able to join, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. At least the test went okay. You guys didn't tell me that there were any problems. It's just when I shrunk down the game, and we did do the giveaway, right? So I will have to contact this person and make sure that they get their W Gold. And I think that was it. Oh, remember SmileOne? They're having their special top-up event this week. So if you want to support the channel, use the link below. Otherwise, good luck if you're summoning for Sun Wukong Kong. And, do the best for your account. Just remember there are probably some banners coming up next that are going to be a little more impactful. I know that Sun Wukong is a hero that is needed for Abyss 1. So you just make the decision of what's going to be best for your account. But this healer that is coming out, it's going to be a good one. I mean, I can already see it. So it's she's going to be great for that specific content. That's what she was made for. I mean, there's no question. They're selling you a solution to a problem. So that's where we're going to head with that. And aside from that, tune in to what's going on. We're going to do the season 9 stuff a little bit more extensively. And we are going to, I'm not sure if we have a guest lined up yet, but we'll try to get somebody else to bring some GvG perspective. And then we'll probably cover the keep there a little bit more. And since we have the sandbox here, we can do a little bit more of the targeting stuff. So I'll leave that for the WGO when it comes to the keep. All right. So tune in for that. In Arturos, I am sure that the last time I saw Arturos was one sub short of 500. So if you have not subscribed to that channel, go do it, because then what will happen is that you are going to force Arturos to give somebody W Gold. He promised he would do it. I can't remember how much he said it would be, but there would be W Gold there to be given away as well as soon as he hits 500. And there is a link to his channel in the description section of the stream or any of my videos, Arturo's War, and you're gonna be able to get some W gold. So let me see here. If I do it here, will it block it? Let's see here. There you go. I don't know if it links it, but he's one subscriber short, and then you're gonna make him give W gold away if he hits 500, right? 1999. He said it. It's on record. There we go. 1999 W gold on record. And if you're lucky enough to get that, and if you won the 9.99 from me, you have a very you have the chain pack covered. That's essentially what happens. All right. Okay, folks. Thank you all for tuning in. I will see you all in a video on a stream somewhere in the world of Taya.